What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session. I hope you guys are doing great. Man, today was I told you guys yesterday that I only freaking needed one trade, one win in order to request my payout. And nah. Not anymore. So, yeah, it's pretty much I'll show you guys exactly what happened, and it's always like that. The day before you need a request to payout, you know, it basically I ended up taking the first trade, which was like a winner. Like it hit my target, but I needed like $150 more to like reach the full consistency. But I did not take out profits because I knew exactly how much I needed. So then that trade ended up going back to my break even. So I was like, oh my God, okay, let's chill. Let's not overreact. And then the other trade that I took it with full size, of course, and got smoked. Um, so I lost a pretty substantial amount of money on that trade too. So I ended up shorting here, and look at what it did. It just really wanted to just kill me today. Actually, it ended up opening up. I went short exactly here on that bar inside that order block. My take profit was right there. Okay, pushed up again higher. So my stop loss was around here. Pushed down again, so it gave me hope. On that bar, I was like, oh my God, I'm winning, I'm winning. Psych. And then I hit this big candle right in my stop loss. So pretty much what happened, this is exactly what happened today. So the first long that I took was this one, by the way. So we inverse the gap on the 15. Wait, let me see. Let me check something. Um, all right. So right there, ended up taking the long off of that inverse on the 15. So basically, my thought process was we inverse that gap on the 15. We created a change in the state of delivery. We should see the next 15-minute candle closing bullish, and that high is going to be my easy money trade. Okay. So then I scaled down to the 1 minute chart and entered on a pullback, literally like bottom tick. I entered exactly here, and like I did not even need that high. I needed just here. I swear to God, I needed 506. We had the initial push, immediate push up, then swept that high, went like two handles away, and at that point, I'm telling you, I was just praying. I was like, please, just hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. And you guys already know. Um, you guys already know what happened. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Those kind of scenarios, they happen. We have rules to respect in terms of how much money that you need to make in order to respect consistency and etc. So these are the rules of the game, and a part of me is telling myself, of course, it's in hindsight and everything already happened, but a part of me is saying, why didn't you just take that first 800? You would have been $100 away from requesting that payout, and then trade off of that 100. And even if it took you like one or two more trades, you would have had it. But at that moment when the candle is fluctuating up and down, and you just see the win happening, you don't think about the worst possible outcome. It's really not that deep. I'll definitely like I just need the next trade to win to be exactly at the same place that I was yesterday, like the today, I would say this morning. So it's not too big of a deal, of course. This market today was extremely choppy, so I'm still like, you know what? Today was not the easiest day, anyways. So yeah, so that's pretty much what happened with my accounts. Um, should have, could have, would have. But at the end of the day, it's really how you react to those days that will make the difference. It's not about the day in and of itself. I ended up losing some money today, but it's how I react to that loss. Am I gonna be able to take the same exact trade tomorrow and make it back, or am I like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna double the size tomorrow because I'm triggered of the loss today? That's pretty much what's going to make the difference. And if I can stick to my rules, and it will just take me 2 more days to request the payout instead of me requesting it today. So pretty much where I am currently. But yeah, so how did you guys do today? Are you guys green, red, break even? I think with the action that I'm seeing currently, especially at the PM session. Oh my god. That had to be I would say, brutal for some people today. Today was brutal. Today was absolutely brutal. All right, so let me pull up the chat here. Sorry, I did not even have the chat on right there. So brutal indeed. Pick myself, had terrible conviction even though my read was accurate. Unfortunate. I took the same first trade. Yeah, for me, bro, that first trade was like the most obvious long I've seen in such a long time. And you know what really triggers me also about this long that I took this morning is not the fact that it didn't hit at the end, like my draw didn't hit. Is the fact that ES ended up actually creating a bullish candle off of that break when NQ was not able to. Look, it's the same exact structure. Of course, we pushed above that high, but look at the difference between ES and NQ on that one. Like straight up clean distribution, exactly what I anticipate from that break. And look at NQ. Hell no. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yep. So if you got cooked today, you're not the only one. Trust me, your brother also is in a situation where he needs to win the next trade. So don't worry, guys. Didn't trade today, Amos, but wanted to say big fan here, doing amazing things. Keep your amazing trading journey. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. All the comments, all the love, all the support. You guys don't even know how much it means to me. Doing those streams daily, it seems like pretty natural because I've been doing this forever now. But those comments, they help me give so much more value and basically see how much people I can impact on, even for just the vibes. Some people I just impact them on the vibes and just having someone to trade with after 6 p.m. So yeah, appreciate you for that comment. Much love. Isabella, which TradingView subscription do you recommend the most? You don't even need a TradingView subscription. You only need a Tradeify account. And once you have it, then the trading view CME data is already on it, which I didn't know. If I knew that from the jump, like in 2022, I would have been very, very happy to not spend that 30 bucks. you know? We're getting it back tomorrow, yeah. We're doubling the size tomorrow. I'll go over the trades that I saw today, and if there is any really, and also go over my daily bias. So let me just read a few more comments here. Why wouldn't a martingale strategy work with a one-to-one risk reward win rate strategy that has an edge? Because martingale, martingale is for like, it's like a strategy that tells you to double down every time. Like every time you lose, you just double what you lost basically. And the reason why those risk management strategies, they don't really work is because they don't take into account the risk of ruin. Risk of ruin meaning that at a certain point, you don't have pockets that are like deep to a point where you're not going to come back to zero, or your account doesn't have infinite money. If you had $10 million and you were trading with $1,000 of risk, and then you would do 2,000, 4,000, maybe it'd work, maybe it would be a good strategy. But at that point, once you have 10 million, then 1,000 is like exactly like someone else's $100 or $10, So it would work, but all the risk management strategies, even like there's risk management strategies from the quantitative finance side, which is called, how is it called? I forgot. Kelly criterion. We already talked about this one time, but in quantitative finance, there is a concept called Kelly criterion, and that concept is basically telling you that there is a mathematical there is a mathematical formula that can tell you exactly how much you should risk per trade depending on your account size in terms of percentage for you to maximize your amount of profits. Because if you're not trading with that size, then you're leaving money on the table. But again, those risk management strategies, they don't take into account two things. First, the fact that you're a human, okay, so you have emotions, and once you double down, then you get triggered as hell. Second, the risk of ruin, which means that at a certain point you will reach zero and you don't have any money to put into the market anymore, so you're cooked basically. So that's pretty much why it wouldn't work. If you martingale with like $5, it would work, but like, do you really care about $5? That's really the same principle behind if you had 10 millions in a live account. Like, you don't care about 1,000, because if you just put 10 million in the S&P, then you make more, you know what I mean, than just day trading with $1,000 of risk. We'll make it back right now. A brutal day for me. I made the mistake of opening 12 NQ instead of 12 MNQ. By the way, this happened to me today, which is also something that triggered me. I wanted to enter 5 micros. I entered 5 minis on Tradeify, but immediately, like, it didn't do any damage really, so it was good. You helped me get back to even the other day, so you got this, bro. Shit, bro loses money on the New York session and comes here to come back break even. You are very interactive with the chat, of course. You guys already know. Hamas, tu es marocain? Non, je suis algérien. I'm from Algeria. I didn't know you spoke French, Isabella. Sometimes when someone asks me a question in French, I'll respond in French. So I can receive some. Oh my God, I didn't know you spoke French, brother. Can you teach me? You need a higher subscription for more indicators, volume profile. Yeah, you do. You do, but I don't trade with those indicators. I just trade with this. So, and even that, I don't even need it. Personal live account or prop live. For me, Tradeify live because they give bonuses. You want to be able to achieve a bonus on a personal live account. So, like with the current Elite Live program, if you are able to make, let's say you have 5 live accounts of 4.5k. Sorry. 5 live accounts of 4.5k, and you make 4.5k on the month. Did you know that Tradeify gives you a bonus of exactly what you made on that month? So like a 4.5k bonus just for being a good trader. So that's pretty much insane. So like, let's say you have 4.5, you make per account, you make 4.5 per account, so you're already eligible for a 22.5k payout, and then Tradeify sends you a check of 22.5k in bonus. That's really what I'm trying to do, really. I tried. I didn't try. If you want me to be honest, I didn't try because I kept taking daily payouts, knowing that I needed to be to be above the buffer or the threshold to request to have the bonus. I was too greedy. Amos, what's your advice? What's your advice for someone who blew 2 accounts in a week? I was using my strat and it made me profits to almost my first payout. Then I started overtrading and not respecting my own strat. What's my advice on overtrading and not respecting your own strat? There's no real advice. No matter what I'll try to say with my words in my mouth, nothing will impact you as much as the feeling of blowing those accounts. And you'll remember that feeling when you go to sleep. You'll remember how much it stinks to blow your account because of overtrading or over risking. And the next day that you're going to step in front of the chart, you'll have that feeling inside of you. And you're going to be like, oh, before I click those buttons, I remember last time I did this, how it ended. And I actually felt that way. Let's not do it this time. That's pretty much the greatest form of self-teaching psychology, is taking some time to reflect and be like, okay, that was the emotion I lived at that moment. If I am not trying to live that again, let's not do it. Let's not do the same mistake. There's nothing I can really say to you in terms of like advice to not overtrade, because it's going to be the same. I'm going to tell you, okay, do this. Okay, limit your risk, back test more. And at a certain situation, it will happen again. It will happen again in the future. Anyone in here read Trading in the Zone? I think it'd answer a lot of the questions about psychology and not strategy being your downfall. I'm looking to get into those trading books a little bit more. I feel like I absorb a lot of good things, a lot of good things about those books. I would say books in general. I don't read often, so when I read, I remember quite a lot of the things that they said. I read Atomic Habits, and it was very good. I'm also one day from a payout. Let's get a good trading session, hit a banger. I am unfortunately 2 days away from a payout. I lost the trade today. Watching your New York session, as soon as you stopped out, the market sunk in your direction. I felt so bad. Uh, these were the two trades that I took with you guys during the New York session. I'll show you the execution marks. Is it still there? Why did I see them earlier but not now? Bruh. I took two shorts, two break evens. I took a short here, which ended up being like an amazing entry right there at 300, like literally perfect tick. Wanted to see that low being taken out and then use that low as stops in order to run back towards 50. At this candle, ended up being stopped out to break even. Then entered another short exactly at this candle on the way up on that change in a state. Had my stop loss being right there. Take profit was that second low here at 50. Pushed up very aggressively. Then at that moment, we were in this trade for around 25 minutes and the session was already going to end. I decided to put my stop loss to break even and ended up being wiped out at 126, or I don't know if it's 120. One of those two candles, I'm pretty sure it's 120. So got stopped out to break even on both. Ended up hitting the target, but at that point, really I'm not looking to engage into a price action that is so choppy. I want to be right quick. I want to be wrong quick. And if price is as choppy as this, you can forget about me not putting my stop loss to break even. That's for sure. I'm not a French speaker at all, Amos, but one of my best friends is Algerian. Now I'm really a fan. Let's go. What are your long-term goals in terms of 5 to 10 years? That's an amazing question. I'll keep it 100 with you guys, okay? Because I see too much fluff online, and you guys know I'm real. So for me, day trading has always been a tool to bring me cash flow. Okay, I value cash flow a lot, meaning that the concept of making money, it's very hard to make the same amount as money doing something else for the amount of time that you spend. If you take another business, and you compare it to prop firm trading, okay? So where do I see myself? Do I see myself becoming a 7-figure trader? I would say with my approach, it's mostly impossible. Very hard approach to scale. So the 6 figures is really where I do the best and where I have a lot of mental peace, and I can you know, um, take losses back to back without ever being at a stage where I start doubting what I do, and I start, um, being emotionally and mentally drained. Okay, so I would say, in terms of money goals, I would really want to stay exactly at the same pace that I am, potentially slightly higher. But I don't view myself putting in $50,000 of risk in one singular trade. I don't see that. I don't see that happening with my style. So where do I view myself in 5 years? Is such a good question. Like in trading in general, I'm very happy with what I'm currently doing and where I am. And I would say I am at a stage where I need, like, my life needs to change drastically in terms of like my financials in order for me to risk more than this. Um, which should be the case for most people also. I'm not willing to take risk to come back to, a point where I'm going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have done that with my money. So the answer is same, I would say, slightly more profits within the year, going in, for the long run, taking it slow and waiting for price to, I would say, not price, but waiting for the market to meet with my strategy when I'll have a little bit more money also, and uh, then I also have the shoulders to risk more. And I don't know what life has in front of us, but I would want to do something for sure with that amount of money that I'm making, and I will make in the future also with trading, in terms of maybe a business, maybe something for the kids. You know, I don't know exactly, but I would definitely want to take that money and build something that is like that I will impact also other people with. That's really how I view trading in general. It's like, I love it. It makes me cash flow, but it's also a tool that you can take that money and invest it into something else, which is also going to bring you more joy. You know, um, so that's pretty much where I see myself in 5 to 10 years. But like I said, we talked about it yesterday. It's not that yes, you can call it like being very realistic, and some people are like, why don't you have the goal to become a 7-figure trader? Because I know that I would need to risk 25K per trade, which is mostly gonna put my mental peace in danger. you know so pretty much it. I don't know if that was the answer that you wanted. I don't know if you wanted me to say, potentially in 5-10 years, have 3 beautiful kids, a mansion, 2 supercars. Yeah. I kept it more in terms of trading. I think if you want trading to be a long-term thing, it's massively beneficial to focus on managing psychology and emotions, because they seem to be the number one threat to losing capital in the long run. Yeah, absolutely. It's like you gotta be very careful with scaling, because scaling is really where you lose your edge too. It's like you could have the best edge, but once you scale, then you start becoming scared of A+ setups, because you're just thinking about the outcome, and you're focused on the money. And as soon as you have this, it's as soon as you think that way, it's over. You're attached, and as soon as you lose a dime and you get one tick of drawdown, You're starting to overthink things. But those are only emotions that you feel once you know you're over leveraged, do you know? I'm currently reading Atomic Habits, about halfway through now. I've heard about Atomic Habits. What did you like or learn about it? What I learned about Atomic Habits was the basically that your life is not like the sum of this basically the how can I say that into the best words possible? Basically, your life is the sum of the habits that you take every single day, and not necessarily the decisions that you'll make one time. You know, um, basically, that book shows you that for you to have a certain status in terms of, okay, you want a good body, or you want this, or you want that, not necessarily money, but you need to do it consistently, and that needs to be part of you before you can actually see the benefits of all the efforts that you did, you know. So it's kind of the same thing as you gotta act you gotta act like you're sleeping to sleep, you know. So even if you're not that person yet, then you gotta do every time, every day, the small little steps that will get you there, and you can't skip one day. And that also showed it showed like the power of like having that 1% mentality of I'm just gonna try to do a slightly better than yesterday. And also it gave a lot of perspective on not comparing yourself and just comparing yourself to you, the person that you were yesterday. But it was a very good book. There's a lot of things that I for sure forgot. You know, I think when you read books, it's good to take notes and look back at those notes. If you don't look back at the notes, you'll forget most of the things that, or you're just gonna forget most of the things that you know in general if you don't make active use of it, really. You know, like your brain's a muscle. Start a business, stressing yourself out over trading every day, ain't it? You're only stressed when when you don't know what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, it's either you're stressed because you don't know what's necessarily going to happen, you don't have full control over what you're doing, and you're scared about the outcome. But if you did everything in your power to make sure that there's a high possibility of you seeing a certain outcome in this space, really, like the prop firm world, like prop firms, you need to understand that prop firms in general gives you more edge than any other way of trading in general. And I always give that example, and I gave that in during the podcast, during my two podcasts actually, and also on the chart academy. But you have edge because those accounts, they have a return on investment. When you lose an account, you don't lose the drawdown of the account. When you lose a 50K account, you don't lose $2,000 of your money. You lose the money that you paid to pass that evaluation in the first place. So that in and of itself should give you extreme confidence in your ability to pull in money from that business model, because in reality you don't truly need the best edge possible. Once you know that, then you know that the approach that you're taking is far more important, or like as important as the edge that you're gonna take to get there, really. I think also in this space, really what Tradeify and me, really what we're trying to do within the next few months, within the next year, is really give that type of information to the people who are just starting. You know, people don't know this. I saw the Brett's podcast with Vinny, and they said like there's only 1 million traders trading prop firms, which there are not 1 million traders in the world. How are those people not trading prop firms if you know those stats? it's kind of mind blowing, no? To be honest, so I'm in my 30s and a full-time trader. The fact that you're so disciplined in your early 20s world is your oyster. I have no doubt if you stay on track, you will leave a mark behind in your generation. Damn. Thank you so much. I'm definitely trying to leave my mark in the prop firm space. That's for sure. In the prop firm space, if you ask me, thinking about it, where do I see myself? It's not really where I see myself. What do I want to do with all of this? I really want to have an impact. I want my name to be remembered in the prop space, basically, not for having the biggest payout at all. For telling the truth, and also for people to realize that there is a way to understand this business model. You're reading comments from 8 minutes ago. Yes. Let me go through all the comments. Sounds like Atomic Habits teaches delayed gratification. Yeah, absolutely. How much delay do you have on the stream? None. Like 4 or 5 seconds maybe. I'm just reading old comments. Have you ever used standard deviation levels? No, I never. Never. Once you have an edge, trading futures really becomes a video game. It's all about just capturing more points than you are losing. So simple, but obviously so difficult as your own worst enemy. Well said. I need the podcast in Spanish. Señor. Sí, sí. Me llamo. Is it me llamo? I cannot even say my name is. It's ¿Cómo te llamas? And then I just respond, amas, brain. Es me llamo, sí, me llamo, señor. You definitely will be remembered. I'll give you a practical example. Even though I'm experienced when I have tilts, recently I saw your interviews and I reminded myself, if a moss can stay disciplined, I can too. Shit. Love that. I love that. A lot of people like me would benefit from you doing beginners class. Just a suggestion. Oh yeah? Never thought of that. Beginners class. I feel like my you know what the thing is with me, I don't truly impact beginners like this. I impact the people that I truly impact are the people that have skin in the game and were struggling for a long time, and then they encountered something with more substance and more logical thinking behind it. So then I help them more in that way. Because really, if you think about it, when you just first start trading, there is like millions of videos online on YouTube. Millions. And the main problem is you don't know how to differentiate someone who's real, someone who's not, and if the information that is thrown at you in that video is good information or if it's bad information, you know? So as a beginner, most of the info that you will take would be things like everything that we know about, let's say, risk less than what you're gonna make, or what else? Every strategy works. You're the only problem. Your problem is your psychology. A lot of those things will be thrown at you from an early stage. But the more you trade, the more you're in the space, the more you understand that a few things that were said to you are not necessarily the case for you. You know? And then once you see this, then you need either someone or something to happen for you to, or like someone to resonate with that new thinking that you have, since you now have more awareness, you know? But we need to learn as well to develop that skin, not just follow the millions of videos. You're hitting a nail on the head. I mean, you have to come to certain realization by your own. It's not it's crazy to say, but you will need to go through a lot of unnecessary videos, and you will do a lot of unnecessary backtesting sessions trying to validate that the strategy that you saw on YouTube was not truly working. And the more you do it, the more you try to validate information, the more you'll come to a certain realization. The more you do it back to back every day, you're gonna be like, oh shit, maybe I might do this on my own. Amos, I like your demeanor and your attitude. I watched several prop firm traders and you stand out. I pray you will continue to grow. Thank you so much. Damn. Thank you. Thank you. Is it true that most ICT traders are LARPers? ICT educators are LARPers or ICT traders? Let me give you a little lesson about information, online information. Okay, and that will stick with you, and that will resonate with a lot of you guys. But this will be a masterclass. Okay, just before I say it. So first thing is, let's say a guy like me who shows a certain approach of trading that is super conservative, and you know that you won't necessarily be able to have a day that you will make $100,000 in it and change your life overnight. You know it. So then you understand that the type of people that I attract, either that are here or the most of the people that follow me are older people. Because one thing about old and young is that young people buy the dream and old people buy security. Meaning that old people, older people, I would say, are not born yesterday. They're not it's very hard for them to be sold the dream because they have responsibilities, they have a lot of things to worry about, so they know that they can take certain risks. And it's crazy you say, is it true that most ICT, like let's say educators or larpers, just think about that quote, which is um, if you want to be rich selling a digital product, you gotta lie to the people who want to be lied to. If you want to make a living, you gotta tell the truth to the people who want to hear the truth. And to stay broke, you gotta tell the truth to the people who want to be lied to. So look around you and you know, okay, who's that person attracting? Little kids or grown men? And then you'll know. Mic drop. But it's true. It's very true. Have you studied ICT's video, Amos, or you don't care much? I don't really pay too much attention. I think once you find something that works for you, you should just stick to it and cut the noise. At a certain point, you just stop learning. Like stop learning stop learning new things for like new technical terms and stuff. Those are just shiny objects. What's the plan for tonight? Yeah, so let me go here. Remember yesterday what I said? I said from that closure, we had quite a lot of chances of seeing a daily candle printing to the downside if we find aggression below 97, which is exactly what happened. From that closure, I was like, okay, if we can open up higher, flip right back below the open, I would see that daily low being taken out. I think I marked out the exact same, exactly what was going to happen from the London session yesterday. Go back on the stream, go back and go watch exactly what I said. I said that there's multiple profiles that you can look for, but you need to have a view on where the next candle will close. You need to predict where the next candle will close and then look for the cues in the same direction. So if you think that the next candle will close bearish on the daily because of the structure we formed from the previous day and the structure that we formed on the, let's say, the week and the levels that we're rejecting, then there's multiple things that could happen. Either Asia is distributing immediately at the open to wipe out the low of that previous daily. Okay, and then so basically, let's say we do this during Asia, and then London opens, we hold the Asia low, pushes down, and then New York opens, and we're still here, and then we sell off again. That could be a profile. Another profile you could look for is Asia to accumulate, then London to manipulate, create the top wick, basically the up wick of a future bearish bar on the daily, shift in the market structure, we hold during the overnight session, and then once we are in the New York session, we are already below the previous daily low. We find resistance at the previous daily low and we sell off, which is exactly what happened today. You could have also, we could have seen this also happening. So Asia chops, London chops, New York opens, sweeps the high, shifts, and then go and see the daily low and ends up closing bearish. So you see a lot of those scenarios. They tell you that even if you know the direction, knowing the timing is extremely hard. So it's very, very hard to answer, let's say, to have a specific way of answering that will work in this dynamic market all the time. That's why sometimes the trades that you will be able to read will be already, it will already be too late, or they will be too aggressive. So you need to give up on risk to reward in order to take it. Or if you want to take all of those, then you for sure need to not worry about the entry and worry about the direction way more, because you just want to stay alive, which is usually what I like to do. So yeah, currently we're seeing the first hourly candle printing to the downside very aggressively. My bias is bearish on this daily chart. I would want to see us tapping this daily low right at the open. So let's see if we can take a short. Let's see if we can take that short, my brothers and sisters. So I'm short on the daily. The hourly candle is showing me that price is also dominated by sellers. So let's see if we can have an open that is aggressively pushing towards the daily low. So you are saying predict, and other traders saying react, don't predict. No, I'm saying you need, like, for bias purposes, you need to be predicting that something is going to happen without engaging in the trade. You need to have a framework that tells you, where is the next candle going to expand? Is it going to be bearish? Is it going to close bullish? Once you have a good understanding of this, then you react to what's happening within that whole framework. So if you just use that, if you just use the daily time frame, exactly like if it was a 1 minute chart, would you buy or sell the next candle? I would sell it. I would say we have more chances of reaching 909 than actually reaching 97. I could be wrong, but I just need to get a piece of the pie. I just need to get a piece of the pie here. And if I have the overall direction right, and I have a wide stop, it's going to be pretty hard for me to lose. I could, definitely, because timing also is important. And the amount of fake outs that you receive is, depending, sometimes are very crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much how I view it. Have you read Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard? No. I think I saw a clip of him, and it was hitting. I saw a clip of him like on Instagram, I think, like a short. That is why we know he knows what he's doing, so that would help us not have to go through all the pain of bad information. It is easier for a person to learn than having to relearn. I don't know which one is going to do the best, though. Someone traumatized by bad information in the past that now has access to new information, or someone that is a baby born, like a newborn, and just have immediate access to the right information. What do you guys think? Do you think someone who went through a lot of bad information and now has access to true good information, or like better guidance, would do better than someone that had a very hard past in trading and then now has access to information that is better for him? What do you think? If I look the history of super traders and how they stay in the game, is that they cut their losers and let their profits run, and they add to positions. True, but are they prop firm traders? How good are they at prop firm trading? That's really the thing that you need to ask yourself. How good are they at trading props? Because you're trading props. That's the environment that you're trading. They are tainted. What does that mean? Tainted, like... What does tainted mean? In the way that you said it. Depends on if that older trader has let go of the trauma law. If they still haven't learned, then of course it's the newbie. If you had a bad pass, it's difficult. It might depend on the person, how they respond to difficult situation, if they are defeated or overcome them. I haven't taken any trades yet. Had to relearn. It's hard to relearn, okay. To be fair, it's wholly dependent on the individual. Some let their past become their lessons and forget. Some dwell on it. Damn, that's true. Regard not trading really counts. Definitely a different way of trading. Facts. Facts. You are in a bubble. You are in an infrastructure that you need to respect rules. There's a way that is better than another for you. For sure. That's 100%. Bro is gatekeeping his A+ checklist? Absolutely. Hard pass does come with bad habits. I like that. What do you think about it? It's hard to say. It's very, very hard to say. You know what? The thing is, it's hard to say. We would need to do the experiment. We need to do the experiment to know. We would need to do that. But if I had to guess, I would say the new. the new trader, but it's not necessarily about the fact that he's new or not. It's really depending on his demeanor and who he is more than anything. It's really his, I would say, like, the hunger for money. That's really the main difference. If you're too hungry, I would say greed would, like, the amount of greed that someone has is really where they're gonna fall. I think if you have someone that is not greedy in front of you, I think both would work the same. Wow, what a close. I like the sales here if we can push up. I'll just do one. Gonna try a sell at 137. Trying to go for that daily low with that hourly candle being extremely bearish. Let's try that. In some shorts, I'll have quite a wide stop within that range. Oh shit, I answered two. Fuck it. Let it be two. Oh my god, chat. Oh my god, what's happening? No, I did not even have time to react. What the hell is this? No, that's so unlucky. What the hell was that? Bro, I did not even have time to react. What the fuck is that? What was that? Bro. Bro. What the hell? Definitely don't like the reaction that we're seeing. Like that 1110 level was definitely TP1. Did I anticipate that move to be made in seconds? And no, for sure not. So we'll look for a potential other trade. I try to short back down towards the daily low, and currently, like I would say this would have been a partial profit. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. I mean, there was nothing I could have done. Damn. Okay. Bro, that was less than 30 points zoom out. I mean, who do you want me to say to that? I trade the same way every day. Should have held. It's taking that low for sure. Now it's not. It's not that I was surprised it's gonna take that. I was just surprised of how much time it gave me to react to that happening in the first place. Yeah, so currently, I think there's going to be a pretty deep pullback within this range, potentially, like 162. If we do see it, I would want to take a short right back after. But at this current point, I think it's dangerous to sell with the current reaction that we saw below 116. Let's wait. I could still take a scalp. No matter what. Summer PA every year is so bad. I mean, for me, it's okay because I adapt by just scalping very fast. It's karma for gatekeeping, I guess. This was like I think 5 seconds maybe. It took 5 seconds. I think we definitely have, like, on a bigger picture play, I'm still thinking that the next hourly candle has way more chance of closing bearish than bullish. I could be wrong, but this is exactly what I'm trying to see right now, engaging what's happening with the current candle's opening price. If we shift back up and create a candle that looks like a bullish reversal, but then ends up capitulating right back down, and we're here, and I know that candle will reflip back again bearish, that's really the moment where I would anticipate that distribution to happen. So I need that fake out. If I enter here, I could take unnecessary drawdown for no reason for price to tap 162. And also this candle could just end up closing bullish and giving us like a hard time. So I'm not married to the bias. I'm looking at the reactions, and currently I am bearish, but this is not the type of retracement that I would want to take yet. Not yet. There is still one more thrust to the downside where we can pair our orders and dip. I might just go down again. I'll wait. I'll wait. Let me come back. You say Tradeify is down? Is it? Yeah, I actually can't answer. I actually can't answer on the website too. Bruh. No, it's working, but I think answering right now in the it might be just the website. It might work on the desktop app. It just says unsuccessful login attempt. Please try again in a few minutes. But I'm logged in on my trading view. Where do you think the next resistance level is? I can't predict where it's gonna be. I can only react to a level that is telling me that price is rejecting it. So let's say like we sweep that low. I will know its resistance if we wick that low and we close back within the range. If the candles do this from that low, then I'm sure it's resistance, and then I can frame that, okay, next candle can easily distribute to the downside. I just need to look for cues within this one. But for me to just enter off of that wick, let's say to the upside, I don't view it that way. It's too subjective. I don't know where we're gonna bounce from. I just know that I can see where we bounce from, and then I can act on it. Does that make sense? Let's see how deep we can retrace. I would want to see us start trading back above 150 and then reclaiming the open at 130. That would be good. If you can do this, so create a bullish shift in market structure on the one, but I'm bearish on the higher time frame, and then us seeing and validating this shift in market structure and dipping below the opening price of that current bar, then I would anticipate that this high is the high of the next candle that will distribute to the downside and close bearish to wipe out the previous daily low. That's really what I want. If I see this, I would want to see us like reject potentially that 15-minute gap and close back and use it as fuel. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to force anything before that. Why don't you view two full charts to compare time frames over using that indicator? It's just for to keep my chart clean. I still go to those time frames when I really need to. Like I know I view them, so you don't need to stare at those time frames because it's an hourly chart. Let's say like you already have the structure. Price would need to move extremely fast for you to need to check those candles again. Like really what's the most important aspect of those candles is the open. The way that we react to the open and the amount of fake outs that we have above or below the open is really what I'm trying to gauge. But I did take a short. Imagine, that's the thing. Imagine that candle not being a wick. It happened multiple times. Multiple times in this live that the open was not a wick. And we just went straight to TP. Straight to it. What up, Amos? How are you doing, brother? Legendary tape reading always. Thank you. Thank you. Do you use IB? Yeah, I definitely check those levels. I think they're important levels, yeah. So you don't use the price action on the left side or higher time frame. You only need to trade the right side. Kind of asking good questions, brother. Snowman 2 trader, you know too much now. I mean, I do check to my left. It's important. But here, okay, if I look at this chart on this hourly and there's nothing to my left, why would I need to look at here to be in a 20-minute scalp? That doesn't really make any sense. Or like me marking out this wick, like it's so subjective. It has literally no impact on how I'm gonna trade. If it like I can't be there to mark out anything and everything. The levels that truly have an impact for me are swing highs and lows. If we reject those levels here, I will definitely I will look at the closure below those levels or the rejection from those levels to then see how I anticipate the next closure. Or are you not using VWAP? BPOP? I'm not using BPOP because I don't use indicators. Never backtested with it. I know it's a good indicator, but I don't use it. Is there a specific reason? I can tell you. Like I don't have a specific reason why I don't use it. I never tried it. Do you use patterns like channels or trend lines? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The only concept that I would use that could be a channel for you would be inside bar candles. Candles that trade within the range of each other, which is exactly a channel. In fact, so let's say this candle creates a range. The other one also is basically not able to sweep the previous candle's high nor sweep the previous candle's low. So trades within a range. And then the other candle also does the same bullshit. So then what does that mean? It means that I need to chill out because we are in extreme accumulation phase, and I would require us to break through those lows before actually taking something, because anything within this range is cooked. So like I would need this to form for me to predict that the next candle would wipe out that low, really. You see? But like this is a broadening formation. If I do this on the hourly, and if we then scale down to the, let's say 5 minute, it is your broadening formation, which is like your wedge pattern. Is this how you call it? A wedge? I called this a wedgie earlier. That was definitely a wedgie. But yeah, for me, definitely price action is king. That's a wedge. What's broadening? Isn't it the same thing? Isn't a wedge a broadening formation? Bro knows his shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, no. I know. I mean, for me, those kind of things, they're not true channels until, if you call them that way, if they're not inside bars. For me, even if it's very close, it looks like it's gonna resist here. The reason why I don't use those is because it's way too subjective. Like I can see that it's accumulating right here, but like where do you enter? Are you like, where do you draw your trend line and why? Is it like this? Are you waiting for a breakout? I don't like what are the strategies around those? Because for me though, like the 5 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, they're complete noise until you know the direction from the higher time frame. Complete noise. We did create a fake shift and we did inverse it. It might pop now. It definitely might pop now. Broadening would be higher highs at the top and lower lows at the bottom. I'll show you then what I saw on the hourly 2 days ago. That is for sure going to be broadening formation. That bullshit. I go like on a 5, does that look like it? It kind of looks like it, no? It's the opposite. It's like this. Or like it needs to be like this. I guess it's all the same bullshit at the end. Really. It's all the same shit. Any giveaways? Yeah. Let's do giveaways. We're currently 747 people watching. Only 217 likes. So let's reach 300 likes for the first like goal. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the show. Currently, like the reason why I didn't answer shorts was because I really wanted to see us trade back aggressively above the opening price and potentially reach 49, which we didn't. So now we did create a fake shift to trap buyers. We did reflip back below the opening price and accepted below 106. So pretty much it's too late. It's too late because I didn't judge that this shift was deep enough. I really wanted to see us being very aggressive and having a deeper pullback within this range, which is not happening. But exactly my thought process is happening currently. I would have wanted that push to happen exactly at the timing I entered, which it didn't. So be it. So be it. We let that go. We let that be. We got in shorts, got out, and then it dumped. Yeah. It is what it is. I didn't like the reaction. So did take out the previous day low, which was my target for the opening of that session, like my higher time frame target. L timing, L reaction, W protection. Or in this case, I would say L protection. Protected myself when. But for me, it's the exact moment I'm looking for price to start digging above the open very aggressively and tap into that gap here on the 15. Especially seeing those two candles, you see how we closed. Look at how we closed. Two candles back to back, closing extremely weak. We never truly closed below 131 on those 15s. If we had another 15 pushing here to 160 and then capitulating, that would have been my best play. I was over leveraged on the short trade, but it worked out. Any advice on holding winners? I have been having a serious issue cutting my winning trades. I have the same issue. It's called being a low risk to reward trader, so I can't really give you any advice on how to hold winners. Probably the worst one to say that, because I don't trade that way. But what I can tell you is, if you lower your risk, then it won't really affect you, because let's say you cut the trade early. If you cut the trade early, you'd make $50. But if you let it ride to your full TP, then you'd make 200. So then on a 50K account or a 25K account, it really makes a difference. So like trimming the risk and entering micros would help you a lot, I think. But in terms of like the psychology around it, I trade one-to-ones. And I think this approach is better for my psychology and better for the business model that I'm in. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for another trade for sure. It's currently 7:30. We already took out the daily objective, which was that daily low. So let's wait. Let's wait to see if we can actually close below that low right here at 78, below 78, or start trading back above the opening price of that candle and pointing to the upside. That would be two very different scenarios. Can someone please explain to me when Asia opens? I live in Sweden. I always try to figure out, is it in 2 minutes? So the Tokyo opens at 8 p.m. East. So like there's true movement at 8 p.m. East. Like way more volatility than what we're seeing. So the Asia truly opens at 8 p.m. but the daily candle opens at 6 p.m. East. So a new daily bar opens, which gives us a lot of good opportunities to trade back towards the daily high or low, depending on the strongness of the previous candle, of the previous day. So it's still considered Asia, but consider that being a soft open. A soft open. A soft rug. Someone said that yesterday. Don't soft rug us. I asked him about this before and he said the same thing to me. I respect it. Maybe change your projection to ticks instead of money. Damn, okay, yeah, that's a good one. I never thought of this. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Ticks instead of money. Fuck. I did the same thing as yesterday. No, please. Bro, I think I banned someone again. No. No, please. No. Mochimo, please tell me you're there. Type something. Bro, I try. I don't know, I double clicked. Can you type another thing in the chat? Oh, you're here. Okay. It was just a message. Fuck, I was like, damn, don't tell me I banned her or ban him. No, because like I double clicked on your message that you sent above, and for some reason it just deleted the message. But I thought I banned you because yesterday when this happened, I think the other person literally got banned. You know, there were 70K viewers in the New York session this morning. Those were probably bots, I would say. We got botted today multiple times. Do you ever take into consideration the fact that ES hasn't hit its daily low? Hmm, you're smart. I it definitely has an impact, but I always try to turn a scalp into a bigger picture play. Keep that in mind. I always try to turn a scalp into a bigger picture play when I'm here with you guys. So if TP1 gets hit and then it reverses because of ES, so be it. I still made some money. But it is a reason for a potential loss. Am I gonna miss out on a trade or put my stop loss to break even because of that? I would say there is quite a high chance of me putting my stop loss to break even before it even happens. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens here. If that 15 ends up pushing back up very aggressively, I would potentially want to counter trend that. I would doubt this would happen. Let's wait. I still didn't. I took one trade, but it was break even. Is Tradeify down? It's actually down. Can I put a limit? I can put a limit though. You just can't access the. You can't access the website. Day trading is professional waiting. So true. Okay, so Brett's here and he said it's down for all props and live accounts. Do not trade. Hang out with Amos. Amos can you go in the kitchen and do cooking with Amos instead. Yo, you know what you can do? I don't know. Cooking with Amos would be impossible right now. You know what we can do? Wait, Tony, do we have the thing for the Rubik's cube? We can host giveaways with that easily. You can do it? Oh shit. Okay. All right, let's run giveaways then. Let's run a few giveaways since we can't trade right now. And we're gonna do the giveaways in another way. Okay, we're gonna do the Rubik's Cube giveaway. So, do you have the list, like the Google form? Ah, you don't have the Google form. Damn. How are you gonna be able to know then? It's impossible if you don't have the Google form. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, yeah, Asdru. I have a Google form. Bro's gonna rig the giveaway for himself. I am not taking your Google form. Wow. Okay. Looks like the same action we had yesterday. But we can't trade, guys. We can't. We actually can't. Brett, my brother, said we couldn't trade. So let's just chill and hang out and run some giveaways. Okay. So the first cycle was 300. So we reached it. Now let's do 400 likes. Okay. Let's do 400 likes for the second giveaway. Damn, I had the perfect entry. Did it close? Wait, damn. It's all good. It's all good. No, that shit was hard chill. Tradeify is down for all the props. So yeah, it's not. We can't really do anything about it. So we just gotta vibe and chill until Tradeify is up. Okay. I'm just waiting for Tony to let me know if he has the Google form for the Rubik's Cube. That's pretty much it. We could vibe doing other stuff. Can you do a backflip? No, I'm not gonna try to do this in front of 800 people right now. I could seriously hurt myself. You know what I can do though? I can bring my soccer ball here and show you guys my skills. I could. Push-up challenge. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of things we can do now. There's a lot of things we can do now, but trading. Okay, guys, give me ideas of what we can do until nah. That guy said I can hear a mouse on an awkward first date. Oh, we can vibe. Bro, don't worry, I have game. Okay? Don't worry, my game is on point. Don't worry about me. One leg pistol squat? Hell no. Teach us something about trading. That's probably what I do all the time. We can go through your phone and call the girls that you know. Now, give me better ideas. Backtesting session. But if we throw a backtesting session, I think we might see like half of the people just leaving. No one wants that. Show us your recent 20 pictures. That's not bad. I like that. Wait. Okay. Oh God, I'm not cheating, okay? Oh God, on everything I love, I'm not cheating, okay? This is my last 20 pictures, okay? You can see here. Only freaking trading. What a geek. What a fucking nerd. I can go one by them. So PNL of the day got smoked. Chart, PNL, PNL. That's like quotes. That's quotes to like to throw on Twitter right after. So like that quote was, "You worry a lot for someone who figures it out every time." Damn. Sheesh. Okay. I gotta be careful until I. Okay, then this there. Like those are charts. You can see. That's me. That's me. That's what the no games having bros all say. Bro, I have Riz. Call a random number and tell them how profitable you are in trading. You can model your shades in one of them tiny ass shirts you like to wear. Yo, the shirt I'm wearing right now is not tiny at all. Look. Actually is way bigger than me currently, so my brother's shirt. That's how you could have known. That's my brother's shirt. And do. And is. Amos, you mentioned a few days ago that you have 6 different strategies. Can you talk about some of them at least at a high level? No. Tiny shirts for the win. Facts. It's like, why would I go to the gym 5 times a week to then wear a freaking big shirt that wouldn't show my biceps? Like, why would I do that? Show your physique you want. I won't do that. I absolutely won't do that. This is a trading channel. This is not OnlyFans, brother. We gotta chill. Is Tradeify back? I gotta see if Brett gives me the signal. I need Brett to tell me that I can now trade. Extra medium, yeah, facts. It's back. When you're badass, you don't have to show it. What's his name? Bodybuilder. Yeah, of course. Bodybuilder Brownand brains. Of course, you're a bodybuilder. Because you frame mog everyone. If you don't have a big frame, test it for me. I don't want to find out it's not working. Wait, it should work if you guys tell me that it works. Yo, Tony. Who are we betting? Shit. Bro, I love the longs currently. I don't know if I'm. I don't know if I can take a trade though. Let's see if I can take a trade here. Okay, so I'm in the long. This is very weak after the break. Not exactly what I want to see. I might need to cut it. 25 handles. If it doesn't push right now. That's like the big level I wanted to push from. That 5 is not looking good. Damn, what a fake out. What a crazy fake out. Even the hourly I would never short with such an aggressive move up after a daily low sweep. That 5's closing bearish. Pretty pretty much exactly what I did not want to see, but it's not over. Not over until it's over. Could just be noise. $55. My thought process is if that 30 sweeps the daily low and closes strong back within the range very aggressively, you have more chance of reaching 162 than 86. But we are being squeezed at 113, which is exactly the play. So, damn. Damn, GG's. Definitely did try to ride out that next 15, but got squeezed on that one. Looks like the hourly is going to close very, very strong and bearish. So let's see what that open of Tokyo will do. But I really wanted to use it as fuel actually to start pushing back above 140. I still think it's gonna go up. Depends on how the next two candles will go. Tilt type. Nah, chill. We're good. We only lost what? We lost like 400 on that. It's all good. Let's see. It's unfortunate that this candle ended up being an inside bar candle. With how it looked at 50, looked very strong to be able to reflip and continue the the move up for that hourly candle to close very weak and potentially back within the range. So that makes us, what is it, 15-4? That's our fourth loss on the Asia stream in the last 19 trades. 115, lost 4. That's the fourth loss. So yeah, that one sucks, but it is what it is. Is your trader rate not working still? It works for me. Mine works perfectly fine. Let's see where Tokyo opens. Usually that's the moment we find a trade. Always not willing to short. Still think it's gonna go up. But let's see. Aggressive open. Looks like we got hunted. That is tough. That is tough. Damn. We did absolutely get hunted on that one. Fuck. Still think there's some room for some upside depending on that reaction from that bar at 801. Right there. Yeah. I tried. Took the loss on that one. It was a 26-point loss. Basically saw the reaction from the day low here at 78. So that the buyers were very strong, closing back within the range. That hourly bar had a pretty large wick. Let the new candle open, go down first, flip right back above its opening price, entered around here, predicting that the next bar was gonna fluctuate back towards 65. Ended up being re-squeezed on a candle that ended up being a inside bar. You can see right there. So did not go anywhere. So traded not above the previous candle's high nor below. And once it closed, it's doing whatever right now. But mainly I wanted to see the move up before the open and see the open actually driving me in the right side. So let's run the giveaways. We're currently at 400 likes, so 2 accounts to give away. Let's do 500 likes for a third account. So we're currently at 406. Let's run the likes up. Let's do it. So basically, once we reach the like goal, I will ask you guys to type a word, and then once you type the word, a bot will enter you in the giveaway. And yeah. What a weak close. Engage. I'm not getting it. I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna get in again. So Tradeify should work for everyone, no? Right now it works for me. So 469 likes at 500. I'm doing another 150k select account giveaway. So let's reach the like goal. We tried along, didn't work, unfortunately. Definitely was more of a quick scalp on the 15 rather than anything else. The hourly candle ended up closing bearish. Opened up higher, not much rejection from 1110. Really more of a chop more than anything else. So watch out. We already did take the daily objective, which was that previous daily low. So yeah, depending on how this candle will close, I will definitely, let's say this candle closes bearish and very strong below 82. Of course, 59 will be the next target. I'll be pretty confident in that. How do you have multiple time frames on the screen? I have an indicator called ICT HTF candles by Foddy. That's the indicator that I'm using. I'm using 6, 6, and 15 1 hour. The 6 represent the amounts of candles on the 15-minute chart that I'm displaying to the right. Okay, so let's start with the first account giveaway. Let me type the word to Tony. First word will be first word is not Tony. All right. First word. Let me type it right there. The first word is not Tony, guys. First word is atomic. So don't spam it. Type it once in the chat. And the winner will win a 150k select account. All right. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Let's choose the winner right now of the first account. Congrats, ALR 1947. Congrats, brother. You won a 150K select account. Now, let's do another word. What do you guys think the second word will be? I need some inspiration. No, no, no. Torta. Yeah, you're crazy. Okay. The other word will be so I have the word. I'll type it very soon. Word, Tradeify. Tradeify. That's the word. That's the only word I could have thought about. Was thinking about. It sums up the stream pretty well. The amount of comments I received. Okay, let's now select the winner of the second account. So let's do a fourth like goal, okay, chat? We're currently at 530. We're freaking 818 on the stream. So congrats, Man Sudir. I don't know if I said that right, but Man Sudir. Congrats, brother. You won 150K select account. So wait, we just gave away 2. Okay, that's the second. Okay. 620 likes. 620 likes is the last like goal. So waiting for that, chat. Smash the like button if you enjoy the stream. Unfortunately, today we did take a loss. So 15-4, still doing good, but ended up being caught on that long. I really liked the fact that we were rejecting the daily low here, and how we closed. For me, with how I view the chart, that was a good timing. Plus, I expected the next candle to close bullish and having more chances of seeing 159 than actually seeing the bottom of that range. This is what I based my trade off of, and unfortunately took a loss. But it is what it is. Manage my risk, and well, I think I lost like 385, so make it back. Making it back. So okay, give me other words. Give me other words. What do you guys think the next word should be? I'm not looking for anything currently. I did like the first trade that I took, but yeah, it was weird. It was a weird. It was such a weird reaction. Okay, okay. I like that. I like the words. Okay, I'll use a word. No, the next word is tough. no one, no one will guess that. I don't think anyone has talked about it, but it is a good word for the session. All right, the word is tight shirt. Tight ass shirt. Goodbye payout. Nah, don't worry. It's in my hands. I got this. Trust my brother. All right, let's select the winner right there. Congrats, No Life 3760. Congrats, brother. You won a 150K select account. So the last like goal is 620. So come on, guys. Let's reach it. Let's reach the 700. No, it's not 700. 620. And I'm going to give away a 150K select account. So it's the last. But currently, don't tell me I didn't give back. So 571 currently. Pass it and get a life. No way. Congrats, brother. You deserve it. Your name is literally No Life 3760. You needed that account. You literally needed it. $591. Come on, chat. Let's reach that. Also, tomorrow there's no Asia stream, unfortunately, because there's no Asia sessions on Friday. So it was still a good week. Definitely a very good week. 2 wins, 1 loss. Win on Monday, win on Tuesday, No trades yesterday, and loss on today's session. But today's loss was minimal. It was the smallest of them all. It was what, $385 loss today. Monday, I think like Tuesday on with Rohit, or Monday. I don't remember. I think it was Monday. But it was like a 1.8 or 1.9K trade. So do you do trading on Sunday? No, I don't. Still don't. Yeah, I'll learn how to do the backflip. Trust. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to land it first try, because I did it in the past. I used to practice for it, but then stopped doing it for like 5 years. But I'm pretty sure I can do it. You do better in competition. This is not a competition, bro. Trust me. Do you think I view Rohit as my competition, bro? He's literally on my team. Like, he's on the same side. But I agree. It's quite a different vibe when there's someone else. Do you guys prefer when there's another guest, or when it's me alone? Let me know what you think. Just general overview, or maybe like, would you think having a guest like once or twice a week is good? Bro, you are 29 and athletic. For sure you can do a backflip. I am 23. I'll take the 29 though. Oh my god. Shit. Amas, how come you never have a female guest? We could. We definitely could. I'm down. That would be cool. But that's true. I never have female guests. I think one session, Lumi was supposed to be in with me, but she was sick. Yo, bro. Shit. Who should I bring? Who should I bring during the Asia session? Bro, your comments are killing me, bro. You guys are fucking crazy. I know, just trolling you. Yeah, I don't think you would have thought I was 29 anyway, so. Rebecca could be fun. No, she'd be asleep. She'd be asleep. Celine. Yeah, Celine would be cool too, but she does she sleep also when I'm doing the Asia session. You need to be from America or Asia. If you're from Europe, it's over. Bro, me and the potato. You know the vibes when I see that guy in real life. You guys won't be able to understand. That guy is an absolute degen. He's worse than on stream by far. Funniest duo on Tradeify is the potato. So Nick and a guy called Joe. Bro, these two together, I learned the hard way. Joe being I think an affiliate manager. I know he's doing the affiliate thing. I don't know if he's a manager. Because I know Dan's a manager, but Tyler, yeah, TJ, we've done multiple streams together. Yeah. We want the vibes, but I feel like solo streams fit the Asia speed. That's true, because one thing, you see how much I like to talk with the chat and respond to your questions and just interact with you guys. This is not something I am able to do as much when it's a duo. It's mostly impossible. Sometimes, like, we were in a conversation, and I would basically need to just cut him off and say, "Oh, that guy asked me a question," and then start responding on my own. So sometimes I feel bad. A stream with my brother. I saw someone's comment earlier was like, "You look like your brother so much." I posted a picture with my brother on Twitter if you guys want to see. By the way, guys, 620 likes. I'm doing another 150k select account giveaway. So don't accuse me of soft rug pull or soft pull. Soft rug. This is not a soft rug. If at 8:30 we don't have 620 likes, there's no giveaways. Call my brother. I don't know if he's home. I'll get him on stream one day. Soft ass stream. Your stream is crazy because you give out your thesis about the trade in real time and not after the fact. Is it not what most people are doing? Or most people are just waiting for it to happen and then they say, "Does your sister look like y'all also?" Yes. My sister is exactly me, but female version. I look like my sister a lot. Okay, 620 likes. Let's do the last word. Let's do all right, last word. Does your sister have a mustache? Bro. Okay, last word, trash app PA. I won't lie. Today, Asia session was not bad. Predictable. L longs though, but predictable short. Was I in? I was in for 2 minutes and then ended up being stopped out to break even. Against my thesis, but if we had a 5th account giveaway, the last word would be, it is what it is. I saw it also. I was like, yo, I can use that. But I think we can all end up with the same conclusion that today was definitely not the day at all. It was indeed not the day. Bro, that candle is so bearish. Wow. Okay, that weekly is crazy. Damn. I'm not mad at you if you full ported longs on Tuesday, believing that the weekly was gonna go back towards 97 on a live account and ended up losing everything. I'm not mad at you. That's what I thought would happen. All right, let's select the last winner. All right, the Micro Master. Damn, okay, the Micro Master. I like that. Maybe one day you'll be the Mini Master. But congrats, brother. You won 150K select account. Amazing stream. Amazing week. We're currently 15-4. So 15 wins, 4 losses. I had the day low as my bias, as you guys know. I saw the first hourly candle closing bearish on that side, and it was my game plan, but unfortunately did not get the right timing and was involved in a scalp on a reversal after the previous day low got swept and ended up being squeezed at Tokyo Open. It is what it is, but beautiful week. Appreciate you guys so much for the love, for the support, and for being such a good chat. So I see you guys on Monday for my Asia session, people, and I'll be live also tomorrow from 12:30 to 1:30 on the trading floor during the New York session. So again, thank you guys so much and trade safe tomorrow. Peace out.